Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday the 18th of October 2016. So yesterday's price activity, I'm just going to fast forward through this. You can see the start of the session. We had a buy signal that managed to get to the scalp, and I did send a note out a bit later on in the afternoon after the market had come back, traded sideways for a while, just to remind you that Super Mario was going to be speaking, and then the market moving lower. He then speaks and it moves lower again, and this is the loss of credibility of these people, but they'll do their best to bring the market back, and sure enough that's what they did in the latter part of the session. Got bored waiting, and eventually you'll see the market came back. I turned off the recording part of it, I sat here too long. But eventually the market got to the scalp, and the worst case scenario, you had the opportunity to get out at break even before the end of the session there, as the market just traded sideways. So whatever Super Mario said didn't have much effect upon the market, but something as on the overnight, as prices have moved to the upside and have just sprung into life there again, trading up to the 18,150 level. In the daily chart, you can see this. Again, we've got a very tight sideways range. You can see how they keep bringing this market back, and in particular at the 18,050 level, where we see the market's bounced off this a few times. We've got a point here, and point here. So quite a substantial floor and support for the Dow at this level. We've had as much on the overnight as we had during the whole of yesterday's session as well. News-wise, CPI figures out today for the UK and the US are all news done and dusted by 1:30. It's Tuesday, and as you know, I always say in the Tuesday alert that Tuesday can be a funny day because all of the weekend news has been factored into the market during Monday's session, so it can be quite an odd sort of sideways, quiet trading session. So again, just keep that in mind. If you get something within the first hour, be grateful for it and stand aside thereafter, unless of course the volatility increases once more. On the news front, what have we got? Well, let's just deal with the implied volatility while we're here. Up slightly, 14.11 for Monday's session. You can see that in the chart here as well. And then just on Deutsche Bank, we've not had to look at the share price for a while. We had this low a few weeks ago on the 26th of September. Since then we've come back to 12.50, but we're sort of rounding off a bit now with the price. But they're going to keep this as high as they can and for as long as they can, and certainly going forward with the US elections as well. Deutsche Bank also have got a cough up 38 million for their part in the silver manipulation. I don't know what the rest of the fines are for Nova Scotia and HSBC. No doubt not dissimilar. But again, I've said this for years, that this market's been manipulated, and thankfully now that the Chinese have a physical market, it should allow the lid to come off this. And if you want to know more about why I have an interest in silver and gold, then you need to take a look at this. Let me just find this for you on YouTube. There's a couple of videos. If you've not seen them, you may want to. You can see there all the glitters is gold and silver, and I explain why I've traded this since 1993 and why it's important to also have a look at the precious metals markets. There's more of this coming on as we go forward. Also I have this in the PPT charts, but I'll do a separate video on how to get this into the charts as well. At the moment the markets are quite sideways for these, but eventually once the lid comes off, then there'll be a great positional trade as well using the spread betting approach, which I talk about in this video. Right, that's it for today. Short and sweet and to the point, and like I say, there's lots to come. But for the time being, that's it. And if there's anything to report during the day, then I will. Other than that, have a great day. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.